In the previous class, we have seen the concept of how to connect your PHP code with the MySQL database. Okay, for that we have used various kind of MySQL functions like MySQL underscore connect, which is meant for to create the object for MySQL database, and MySQL underscore query, which is meant for to execute any kind of MySQL queries, and MySQL underscore number of rows, which is meant for to define how many number of rows are returned in the result set. Similarly, fetch underscore associate, MySQL fetch underscore array, both are meant for to get the data from the associative array. But the thing is, in MySQL underscore fetch underscore associate, we can able to get the values with respect to only column names. Whereas coming to MySQL underscore fetch underscore array, we are going to get the data with respect to either column names, or you can able to get with respect to index positions, like first index position as 0, second index position as 1, and so on. Okay, so this is what we have seen in the previous class. Let me summarize that with help of simple diagram. You can observe this is what we have seen in the previous class. Okay, so we have created mregistration.php where we are trying to get user ID, username, user password, user email, and user number. Once a user clicked on submit button of sign up, that will be redirected to mhome.php where we will show registration successful if all the details are successfully inserted. If anything is wrong, we are showing that some problem is there, right? If at any point of time somebody is trying to access mhome.php directly, we are saying that it is invalid and trying to rate it to mregistration.php. Similarly, for mlogin.php, I am trying to get username and user password. When the user clicks on login button, I will be rated to mlhome.php, and will say that login success. If it is invalid, invalid username or password. So what is the process we are trying to follow here? We are trying to get the data from the mlogin.php. We are trying to get data from the database, and we are going to compare both. When both are matched, I am going to say that login success, otherwise login fail, and trying to rate it to mlogin.php. Whereas coming to mforget.php, we are trying to get the username and user phone number as a verification purpose, which already shown in the database, and new password what the user wants to change. And clicking on reset password, it will be rated to mdpassword.php where we are going to compare again user ID and the mobile number. If both are matched with the entered data, then I am going to say that reset is successful and will be rated to mforget.php, and it will be rated to mlogin.php. Okay, at any point of time, if the user is on the registration page and he thinks that I already registered, then he, by clicking on the login option, he can be rated to mlogin.php. Similarly, if at any point of time, if he is in the login.php and think that he didn't register, he can able to simply register option. Similarly, he may think that if he forget, he'll just go for the option called forget link, that will be related to mforget.php. In forget.php also we can provide like registration option as well as login links. So this is just something like a kind of navigation. But if you would like to perform any kind of insertion operation like registration form, or getting operation like login page, or something like update operation from the forget page, for all these kind of operations we have to perform compulsory database connection. So that's why I have created one page called db.php. This page I am trying to reuse it in all the pages with help of include command or include method. And also I have created a database called rgukt. In that there is a table called students table. Students table. From this table I am trying to get every data. Okay, this is what we have seen in the previous class. Okay, now in today's class what I will do is, for the first half of the session I will try to concentrate on the user interface part, where if I am opening the mregistration.php, or if I am trying to call for localhost mlogin.php, like that. If I am opening any kind of page in the corresponding website, I need to provide the navigation bar, I need to provide the footer part. That should be common for all. So that is the reason I am trying to concentrate now on navigation part. So navigation part is important for you to navigate between various pages. So I think this is the code we have written that you know already. What I would like to do is, I would like to create a navigation bar. So navigation bar is available in which location, Amma? Before the make digitize registration. before the make registration, I need to provide the navigation bar. How we are going to create the navigation bar? So basically we can go with the Bootstrap. We already linked it with the Bootstrap. So in Bootstrap, what we have to use the HTML5 element, that is nav element, and for this, what is the class you have to use? Nav bar class you have to use, and that nav bar should be fixed top, and it should be nav bar hyphen expand hyphen md, meaning that when it reaches to the breakpoint of medium screen, I should have to convert into some other format, Okay, this has covered there. If you go for Bootstrap, somewhere responsive, check here, responsive navigation bars. Here we are trying to use basically HTML5 nav element, and we are trying to use the nav bar element, nav bar class, which is meant for to create a navigation bar, nav bar expand hyphen md, which is meant for to stack the list of items when it reaches to certain breakpoint, and we need to add certain kind of colors. So nav bar background colors, I mean font colors, background colors. So what we can do is nav bar light, and the background color is warning. So that is what I have written, and the fixed top is meant for to make it fixed at the top of the website. So even though we are trying to scroll, the navigation bar will be always at the top of the page. That is what we did. Once we created a navigation bar, then we need to add logo for that, right? So logo you can able to add. So before that, all this data I am going to place inside one division, so that will be good. Class equal to container, and I'm trying to add the logo. So when the user clicks on that logo, that need to be redirected, that need to be refreshed. When you observe in some website, it will be refreshed, right? So what I will do is I will try to go for taking anchor tag, because I need to redirect it to the same page. A href equal to, where it needs to redirect it, hash means same page only, and I need to add this as logo, right? Logo means I need to add brand image, nav bar brand. You can observe nav bar brand, which is meant for to add the logo to the web page. So now I need to add the image source equal to logo dot jpg. There is a already logo which is available for us, logo dot jpg, and I need to set its height and width. Height as 40 pixel, width also 40 pixel, 40 pixel. Okay, let me check that how it looks like. You can observe, guys, this is the way you have created a navigation bar with corresponding link. Observe here, whenever I place cursor, it will be refreshed. Now once I have created a nav bar logo, now we have to create the links. Right? So those links I will be created with the help of unordered list, right? Basically you are going to create the navigations with the help of unordered list or unordered list by removing the special symbols. So I will create the unordered list, and I will try to add the list li, closing of li, and in between I need to write the anchor tags. A href equal to, I am trying to redirect it to hash, that means it should be a kind of home. Let's assume that this is a kind of home page only, the same page like the same page. And then I am trying to create multiple links. One is let us think that a registration. So I need to relate it which page ma, m registration dot php. If user is thinking that he wants to log in, so we'll update all these links further, but for time being I'm trying to go for all the available options, m login dot php. If the user is thinking that he forgetted the password, and he can go for forget option, that is m forget dot php. But the thing is, whenever user clicks, whenever user comes before the breakpoint of MD medium screen, I need to provide some kind of menu option. Menu option. For that, what we can do, ma? We have to provide the toggling option. So that's why I'm taking it as a button. In the button, we have to take the class name. We have to use the class name as Nav Bar Toggler. Very good. We have to use the class name as Nav Bar Toggler. Let me check that. Observe guys, a Nav Bar Toggler is used to get the property of toggling of the button. Now data hyphen bs hyphen toggle, which is meant for to provide the collapse, meaning that to toggle between the menu and the toggler, data bs target, which is meant for to define the target menu. So we need to add data hyphen bs hyphen target. Whenever user clicks on this button, where it needs to be performed, that needs to be performed on the location id as n data, n data, that I am going to access as hash n data. Data hyphen bs hyphen toggle equal to, we have to use compulsory collapse. What is the meaning of it? Whenever user clicks on that, if it is already collapsed, it is going to be uncollapsed. If it is not collapsed, it is going to be collapsed. So what it is going to be collapsed, this n data is going to be collapsed. That's why I'm saying it as target. These all things we have seen in the previous class only. And also now if I refresh it, you are going to get this data, right? But do we need to get this one, or do we need to remove all these properties, underline, some styling, all this? So if you want to remove all this, what you have to use? For list, you are going to get some special symbols, right? We have to go for nav item. Very good. Similarly, for anchor tag, some styling you want to remove, you will go for nav link. Very good. I need to add the class as nav link for all the things. Nav link, right? So now what you have to do is, we have to add this one, collapse space nav bar collapse, used to define the hiding element using data hyphen bs hyphen target. And also we have to add one more thing, nav bar hyphen nav, used to convert all to the inline elements. So here class equal to nav bar hyphen nav, all converted to inline elements. Okay, but if I minimize it, what is happening? You are not getting any operation, right? But the thing is, you need to hide the data and you need to provide some kind of button for there. So for that, you can go for collapse space nav bar collapse. That's already written here. Collapse space nav bar collapse. Okay. And also we missed one more point, that is data, that is menu bar. So we can go for some span tag. Span class equal to, what is the class name? Nav bar hyphen toggler hyphen icon. I am going to refresh it. Nav bar hyphen toggler hyphen nav. Okay. If I minimize it, try to observe, it's going to be converted. If I am going to click here, that you are going to get here. Observe, if it is on more than medium screen, it will get the data links as this. If it is less than the medium screen, it will be converted to a kind of menu. If I click that, that will be collapsing and uncollapsing. This is the way you can able to create the navigation bar. But the thing is here, all these links are, you are not getting any kind of highlighting here, but actually it is done. It is happening, but you are not visualizing. So what I will do is I will make it some kind of highlighting the colors. So how we are going to do that, ma? Where they are available? So I think the text is related to the nav link. What I will do is simply I will inspect this element. I will get the properties of those colors. Location. I will try to create one new page, Amma, where I am going to add all the styling properties. So what I will do is I will make style dot css. I'll try to copy the same thing. Copy the thing, and I'm going to make the color as red color. That red color should be done for hovering effect. And I have created external CSS that should be connected to this page, right? Link tag you have to use style dot css. We made it connect. Now guys, you can observe here it is not updating because we are trying to work with mregistration.php. That mregistration.php only we connected to style.css, where the style.css saved in the RGKT only. This hover should be not write the space. Observe now. I am hovering on the registration. So you should have to avoid the spaces somewhere. Okay. And this is the way you can able to create the navigation bar. Now the thing is, I want to provide the same navigation bar to all elements, right? All pages. So what we can do? We can simply copy the code and you can paste there. That is one thing you can do. But one more thing is you can just create one new file, and save that file with the some name as n.php. Okay, ma. It should be valid meaningful name. Navbar.php. And here I am going to include that question mark php include navbar.php. I think it will work. The same thing. Line number 12. We need to close the PHP. Yes, you will get the same output. There is no problem. Now what we can do? You can copy this code and you can paste wherever it is necessary. In mhome.php, do we need or not? Yes. In mhome.php, we need to display as recent success. For every page, we need to provide the navigation bar. So you can provide this option. But the thing is, you have to make sure it clear to make copy. Okay, now. So we now need to provide here these tags, right? And similarly, mlogin.php, I need to copy this particular location. In mlhome.php, I need to copy this particular location, but I don't need these tags because it is already a PHP code. I'm going to save it. Mforget also, I am making here as mforget. Here also, I will simply replace, simply paste. In db.php, do we need? No need. We don't need any kind of db. Now observe guys, if I refresh it, if I click registration page, this is registration page. If I click login, the same thing. If I click forget, the same thing. Now in this particular page, you can able to redirect it to anything. I hope and this is what the navigation bar is. Now the thing is, you can observe here the look and feel of this heading is not good, right? Because it is stitched to the corresponding navigation bar. We need to make it adjust. How can we adjust that? Okay, fine, that's good. We can do with the help of CSS only. But how can we adjust this? Can we able to provide some space between this navigation bar and this data? Yes. So what we can do is, so I can remove the margin top 5 pixel. I will write my own. So why I am removing the margin top is maximum margin top space is only 5. It is going to allow. If you are going to add extra thing, it won't work. So I will add margin top using CSS as 80 pixel. I think I am trying to modify it in the registration. Okay, or else what I will do is I have used h1 tags only at the heading of the corresponding page, right? So I can simply remove this code. Sorry, simply remove this code. I will simply update this in the style.css, but style.css need to be connected to all the pages. H1 margin top equal to 80 pixel. Margin top equal 80 pixel. I need to connect this to all pages. So wherever it is necessary, I am going to connect for the time being. Here it is necessary. In forget also I need necessary this. I have updated. Now recent page it is look good. Login page. Why it is not updating the login page? You have written the bootstrap sites. So that is going to be giving priority, right? Wherever it is there, so the nearest one having the highest priority. That's why it is going to have that property. First priority is inline, next internal, next external. Right? Now we got. If you go for forget, reset password. The same thing it will. Now, for example, I would like to make some kind of underline. I think you did in your project also. So I will go with the way mregistration.php. Under the h1, what I will do is I'll go for creating certain division. In that division, I will take one more division. The reason why I am taking one more division is basically division is going to occupy the entire space. Interspace. For that division, I am going to add some content. That content I need to place at the center. So what I will do is I will go for adding one particular class. For example, first line. Let me take some first line, and for the subclass, I am going to take it as S line. S line. So you can understood this once you execute. So in style.css, I will access the first line class. I will access the first line class. So whatever data that is there, I am going to use a property called display flex property, and I am going to justify its content to center. Why I am displaying? Why I am making it as justify content to center? The data which is available inside the division, that should be aligned to the center. In the center tag, I mean in the inside division, that is a second line, I am going to make the width property. Width of the division I am going to set. The width of the division as 100 pixel and height of the division as something like 10 pixel. 10 pixel. Now, is it going to be visible to you? No, it won't be visible. Very good. What we can do? Can we use border property? If I use border property, what will happen? So you should not use border property. If you are going to use the border property, in the middle there will be some gap. So instead what I can do is I can simply go for background color. How much length, how much height I am defining. For that I am going to define some background color as black color. Observe. So let me make it as 5 pixel. Okay, I think somewhat better, right? The same code what I will do is I will copy it into all locations. I think which is in mlogin.php. Okay, and another one is mforget.php. Okay, if I click on login, the same thing you will get. If I click on reset password, you will get the same thing. Okay, this is the way you can able to make underline. I think header part is completed. Now we will concentrate on the footer part. Okay, how we are going to create the footer summary? What are the rules you have to follow? You have to use the tag called footer tag. So I'll go with the tag called footer tag. Go with the tag called footer tag. we need to use inside the body and after the anchor tag, because this is a basic code. If it is script code, I need to add the before the body tag. So in the footer section, I would like to write some content, like for example, hi, this is footer. Hi, this is footer. Now you will get the output like this. Hi, this is footer. For this, I want to get the same background color. I want to get the same background color. I will write style property, background color as some orange. We'll get the same thing. Okay, almost which is same color. Now I need to extend this thing. So in the footer part, what are the things available for you? Basically, some basic description about the website, some few lines of data, and then the navigation hierarchy, and then some more about information about the website, like some kind of social sites like that. And in the starting of the class, we have seen something like footer counter like that we can able to add. Let me think that I would like to add four divisions. Four divisions. Let me check. I am going to create first one division. That division as content. Or do we require anything? That depends upon our requirement, whether we need to. Or else what I will do, I will take some division. That division class as I will take as footer top. Let me tell why I am taking it as footer top, because in the first part of the footer, I am trying to define these four things. One is some basic description, some navigation links, and then more information about the website, and then contact us, and then some kind of counter. And in the next line, in the next level, I am going to add some copyright information designed and developed by, I like that I can do. So in the footer top part, I will do all those things. In the footer bottom part, I will try to define some more things. So that is the reason I am trying to take division class equal to footer bottom. So I need to define all this. I have taken some footer top. Let me take the footer top part. In the footer top part, what are the requirements we need? We need to take all those five. So I am trying to design a responsive design. So I need to divide that depending upon the breakpoint, right? So basically it is having 12 columns. So if the screen size is less than the medium screen, I need to set certain properties. So what I can do is I will take one more division. So the class is what you have to take. If you want to apply the column properties, you have to compulsory take the class as row first. Then I need to go for further process. Okay. Division class equal to row. In that row, I need to divide the 12 columns into multiple parts. Where first part I am going to define the class as call hyphen md hyphen 4. md hyphen 4. And let me create first this one so that I will make copy. H4. Let me take it as make this days. Make this day. And I am going to make some paragraph, closing of paragraph. I'll try to copy some information from here. I'll paste it here. Okay. Now wait for a while. So I will copy that later part because I want to reuse the code. So what is the column size? Let me take 2 parts. When the medium screen, it is 2 parts, and when the medium screen, it is also 2 parts, and when the medium screen, this also something like 2 parts. How much it is completed? 4, 6, 10. Let me take one more thing that is for 2 parts. Now this is make this a description. So now I'll copy this description and I will paste here. That's okay. Now here this is something like hierarchy. Hierarchy, right? In this hierarchy, what you are going to do, all the links which are available on your website you are going to place. So I will take unordered list. I will take some unordered list, and I will take some list once again. I will simply go with let me go with the list. Anchor tag href equal to, I think this code is available there. Href, this is home, closing of anchor tag. So what is the first one? Second one is very good, registration. That should be related to mregistration.php. Second one ma login, mlogin.php. Fourth one forgot password, mforgot.php. Okay, this is the way you can do. So this is the hierarchy. Next one, next level is some more social sites. Let me take social sites. I am going to copy the same thing here. Copy and paste here. Here instead of all this, let me try to define it as Facebook. Any other is there? Instagram, Twitter. Twitter. So time being, we don't have any details, all those. So I will make it as okay. Next, we'll make some kind of contact us. Contact us. In that, we'll give some names, something like some name, and I will make some details also. Let me write something. Okay, and then here total visitors. Total visitors. Okay, total visitors. In total visitors, you have to get right. How we are going to do that? What is there? Web counter. You can copy from some other. So hit web counter. You can go with any some websites which are provided freely. You will get something which is getting look and feel. What can I take? I will try to take that, and I will try to make it for local host, and initial counter is only of 5-digit length and nothing, so no need. I will just get the counter code. Okay, it is getting. So I will copy this code and I will paste in the paragraph. So make sure to avoid this editing part. Okay. Okay, fine. I think we have completed the footer top section, and then in the footer bottom also we have to make certain divisions. So what are those divisions? The divisions I need to perform with help of rows only. Division class equal to row, and in that row I need to take only copyrights and the design and developed by. So meaning that two parts only I need to make. So for example, I would like to make division class equal to call hyphen. If it is medium screen, I need to make it as 6 part. If other than that, I need to make it as for auto for everything for the remaining part. Okay. Now in these 6 parts, I would like to define some copyright symbol. Copyright. How we are going to do that, ma? So in paragraph tag, I will write at the rate. So I can make use of ampersand copy. What we can call it as entities. Entities, right? So this is a number entity or named entity? Named entity. Ampersand copy. Copyright will be given to make digitize hyphen 2022. I am going to close the paragraph. Similarly, I will take one more paragraph like created with I'll go for some heart symbol span where I'm taking the class. Okay, I will take here as hearts by I'll go with some extra tag font color equal to color equal to. So let me write my name and I'm going to close the paragraph. That's it. Now if I refresh it, you'll get certain things like this. Is it okay? Now I need to get this in the red color. So style color equal to red color. You'll get something red color. So I need to make it something this also adjustment and this part top part I need to adjustment. I need to provide this also adjustment. I need something like padding all those things. What I can do is I will also make this as also container, or else if I remove the container it will be adjusted to this particular location. Or can I make something other than this? Some division I am taking class equal to margin, very good, margin left equal to some 20 pixel. Okay, some 20 pixel. I am going to close the division. I'm going to close the division. Let me check that whether how it is working. This is footer bottom. This all the thing is available in which section, amma? All things is available in the footer top. Okay, footer top, footer top. Okay, for timing, what I will do is I will make this also a class as content, so that both will look good. Both will look at the same locations. Same locations. So once it loaded, it will get certain counter also here. Now my requirement is I need to convert this also. Home, registration, login, all the styles and all these things should be removed, right? How we are going to do that? Some name I can give. Something like something class equal to footer links. I can use the class name as footer links. The class name as footer links, and I will try to access this class. Footer links. In footer links part, what I need to do? I need to make the removing of this underline all the text decoration properties first thing. So in the footer links for the anchor tags, I am going to remove the text decoration. So text decoration is none. Text decoration is none, and I would like to make the color as black only, right? Their color, no, color is blue. That's why I made it as. Now you can observe it has removed. Okay, this looks good. Let me remove that. Let me make it as it is, because without this you will get certain nothing look good. And for what data you need to modify? For other things also. So what I will do is, for social sites also, I will add the class as footer links only. I will add the class as footer links. Now you can observe both will do. But thing is, whenever I am going to place cursor here, I need to get some kind of background color, sorry, some highlighting color. So I will modify that. I will copy this. How we are going to identify it? A colon, very good. Hover. Hover. Text decoration should be none, and it should be color red color. Observe, if I am white is going tick every time. Observe guys, now it is moving. This is something somewhat better. And here we need to provide some space for all these things, right? Make digital hierarchy, so it is fixed with the navigation of division. So what I can do is, uh, so for footer top I will make the margin as, so that's why I have mentioned this. I am trying to access the footer top in the class. So I will go with the dot property. Footer top, I will make some kind of padding. Padding top as some 10 pixel. Is it okay? Yes. Okay. So it is going to make some 10 pixel. Now it's good. So I need to provide some space between this also. Already, you are already are you already registered? Then I need to provide some space. So for that, I need to provide some space here. Some space here. So instead, what you can do is, I can go for defining it as some closing of division tag. For all this division, I am going to make some set of properties. I will make some division. So style equal to, what I need to add? Margin border. Margin bottom as some 10 pixel. That's all up to you, how you are using. Now you can observe some gap is there. Now I think it's better. Why this is loading very slow? Is it okay now? Yes. This is the way you can able to create the footers as well as header part. Now thing is, this should be common to all pages, right? So what I can do, I can go for, where is there? Where is that? Footer part. I need to copy this entire thing. Copy this entire thing. Save it. Go for Control N. Paste here. Save it. F dot PHP. Footer dot. I think there is some name with the footer. So I will go with F dot PHP. I'll go with F dot PHP. So here I will simply add the PHP tags. PHP include F dot PHP. F dot PHP. And I will go with all the pages where it is available for M login. Before this section, we need to add that. Similarly, for M forget, before the section of script, I need to add this. Now you can observe, if I refresh it, yes, that's okay. If I go for login, yes, you are getting the same thing. If I go for forget page, you are getting the same thing. Okay. No? Fine, ma. So we'll stop here. We'll continue in the after break. So once we click here, registration, it will open the mregistration.php. If we click login, it will open mlogin.php. Okay, we can able to adjust this one in further. because we'll get more content, and also we can able to set with the help of min width attribute. We can able to modify all these properties. And if you click on forget, it will open the mforget.php. The same thing, if I click here login, that will be related to login page. Okay, fine. Now my requirement is, whenever I am at registration page, and if I am trying to enter certain data like Jaya, and name is J, password is j@gmail.com, and phone number is J. Okay, if I click sign up, it will be related to certain page, that is mhome.php. mhome.php, and also it is showing that registration success. Registration success meaning that the data is adding into the database. The data is adding into database. Okay, but the thing is, I should have to avoid this kind of user IDs. Like I have to compulsory have the minimum SID as a length of 5 characters. Sname should be minimum length of 5 characters. Password should be minimum length of 5 characters. Email ID should be existing @gmail.com, and S phone number should be compulsory a valid mobile number. So that kind of data you need to allow to the registration process. Or else, sometimes whenever we are trying to register, in the mail, what you will get, whenever you are trying to enter the some username for the mail, it will show that this user is not exist. This user is already exist. Try to choose the different name. At the time, what they are doing, whatever the username that we are giving, they are going to check in the database if there exists any username with a given name or not. If there exists any username with a given name, they are suggesting that this is already exists, so please go ahead with the different name. Like that, you can able to perform various kind of validations also, right? So here, by my basic requirement is, whenever user clicks submit button on either registration or either login page or either in the forget page, I need to perform validation. So what I will do is, I'll go for using on submit event. In on submit event, I will simply return the data which is returned by the JavaScript code. So I will return the function name as, basically we will write as validate. So I will return JavaScript code by pressing by saving it with the help of something like jk.js. Now in this JS file, I can write something like, I will write basically function. What is the function name? Validate. The function name is validate. I am going to check alert of JS connected. I mean, I would like to check first whether JS is connected or not. Then I will go for further writing the queries. Okay. So I will modify this part later. mhome.php. So here, this is error you are this part you are getting because of, for this page we didn't add it bootstrap. Bootstrap. Okay. Bootstrap. That's the reason we are getting this one. If I come back and trying to make something like sign up, 1 minute, I didn't refresh it. If I click something like K, click sign up, now also it is not working. Where I have written, I didn't link this file to the PHP file. So what I can do is, I will just simply use of script tag source src equal to jk.js. Now I will refresh. I will perform K, click submit. It is showing that JS connected. Okay. So I think the data will be inserted here. I will remove that. So it has inserted for multiple times. I would like to avoid the dummy data. Okay. So guys, this is the way you can able to connect the JS file. You know it. Now, once our file is connected to the JS file, I need to get the data from the page. How we are going to get the data? By using document dot get element by, I don't want to go for tag name, go for get element by ID. Is there any ID name is there? There should be some ID. That ID I am taking it as SID. Idea SID. I will try to write as SID, and I will take its value. I am going to store in a variable called SID only, variable called SID, and I am trying to check if SID dot length is less than 5 characters. I am going to simply return false. Simply return false. Now what it is going to check before going to execute, I'll go for a registration page. Now if I am going to enter J and trying to click submit, will it be redirecting? No, it is not redirecting. I am trying to click here. So but user won't understood that whether it is clicking or not. Now what we can do, we can provide certain kind of error. I hope I explained everything clearly there. You can able to highlight the border of the error, like with the help of red color or background color, or you can highlight the entire form, or you can make some kind of note on the adjacent to the error field, like by making display as none once the error is occurred, by making display as visible. So here, for simplicity purpose, I am trying to take document dot get element by ID of SID dot style. I would like to modify dot border color equal to red color. Now we can observe. I am going to refresh it. I am going to press J and click sign up. What it is showing? It is showing something like a kind of border highlighting, that is mean that here there is an error. Here there is an error. Similarly, for all the things also. For example, I am trying to access the data for S name, the data for ID equal to S password. Email I don't need to validate because by default it is going to be validated, and I have to work with required keyword. I hope you remember the use of required. If you are not using the required keyword, if you are trying to submit, what will happen? It is going to be submitted even though you are writing the JavaScript query, JavaScript validation. So that's why you have to make compulsory use of required, and this should be required, and password also should be required, and email is anyway it is going to be asked for @gmail.com validation, and phone number should be minimum something is required, something is required, and for phone number I am trying to take as S4, S4. Okay, ID spelling mistake. Okay, now is it okay? Now I'm trying to access all the fields here, so I'll go with only basic checking them. So one is student name, another one is student password, another one is student phone number. Phone number, is there anything is missed? Email ID we don't need to validate, so if you want to validate you can validate further. So for the sake of simplicity I am trying to take this one. So that is S name, S password only, right? S password, and this should be S4, S4. Okay, I'll try to make use of else if S name dot length less than 5. I am going to write, sorry, I am going to copy this code. So here I need to mention as S name, mention as S name. Similarly, I am going to copy all this, and this should be S password. Guys, what you can do is you can extend all the concepts what you learned while working with the JavaScript. Okay, like password should have combination of all the characters, small letters, uppercase, number, special characters, like that. S password, and I'll go with else if S phone number should length should be equal to 10. Length should be equal to 10, and you can go with the regular expression actually here. Regular expression like you can write where j equal to some two forward slashes between cap symbol followed by backslash d followed by number of divs. That should be ended. So this is the way you can able to write the regular expression, and you can go for various kind of match method is there, test method is there. So you can go with all these things. I don't want to go for here. If s4 dot length is double equal to 10, I would like to modify that s4 field style as red color. Red color. If all are success, by default it is going to return the true value. Now I'll refresh once again. I'll try to submit. Obviously, it's going to say that because of required, I need to enter SID. If I am going to make SID as Jaya, I'm trying to mention as Jaya, password as Jaya, email as jaya@gmail.com, phone number as some 789. Will it going to provide error at the first field itself? If I am going to enter N180540 na, if I am going to enter N180540, if I sign up, it is going to provide this error. Provide this error. This should be something like Jai Krishna. Password should be something like, if I click sign up, this will be error. This will be error. And it should be Krishna. And j@gmail.com. Now you will get the phone number error. Why you are not getting the phone number error? Ma? If it is not equal to 10, we have to provide the error. I'll go for registration page. Like this, you can able to modify. But there we come across some problem. What is that problem? Even though user is updating the data, updating the corresponding field, we are getting certain error. I mean that border is not displaying. So what you can do at the time, one simple solution is you can go for writing else case. You can go for writing else case, and that border color should be as it is black color. Black color. Or you can able to work with the timing functions. Some kind of timing events are there, right? So whenever you are trying to type on key event, you need to call back the function. That callback function need to remove the border color. So like that also you can able to perform. Okay, based upon your requirement, you can able to modify it. Now if I enter, I'll try to remove the data. So 540 N180540, and name is CSC2, password is CSC2, and email is csc@gmail.com. Phone number is, if I click sign up, now you'll get error 8760 and click sign up. Now it is going to be successfully signed up. So this is the way you can able to perform validations also. Okay, then so here in mhome.php you are getting these errors because we didn't apply the bootstrap code. Okay, what we can do is we can just copy this entire code and we can make it available to one particular file, and you can make use of include file and you can copy that. Control N, Control V, Control S. What is this? H dot, let me take PHP. H dot PHP. I'll simply include here. Include H dot. What is the page? That is mhome.php. After db, you need to make use of this one. Include spelling is correct, right? Yes. After mlogin, for mlogin also, okay, that's okay. For time being, I'm trying to make use of refresh. Now you'll get, right? You are going to get. Is there any problem? In m home, h.php is applied, navbar.php is applied, and we need to provide registration success. Where it is there? Maybe it is in the. Okay. Let me check whether the data is inserted or not. Then we'll go for further. The data is inserted for 2 times. We need to avoid this kind of situation. When the user is trying to insert for multiple times, you need to cross check all those. So I don't want to go for delete this one. Okay, I'll go with the registration page once again. User ID is N180-541. Name is Kalyan Kumar. Password is kalyan@gmail.com. Phone number is so and so phone number. Sign up. You are going to get mhome.php. That's it. But it is not executing this code mhome.php. In mhome.php, you can just go for browse. It is there, meaning that it is inserting, but it is not displaying this one. It is not displaying this one because of there is a chance of occurring that this printing data is inside this division. That is the reason you are not visualizing it. So what we can do is you can go for copying this for multiple times for the purpose of your understandability. No, it is not working. Observe. Actually, what happened? The data is inside the navigation bar. That's the reason you didn't visualize that data. So this problem we will rectify further. Okay. In further sessions, we will rectify this problem. Or else what we can do? We can simply go for certain division part. Let me take the division part. Okay. Take division. The division part. I'm going to close the division. And this division having style property as min width. Min width or min height? Min height as something like 450 pixel. 450 pixel. I am going to close this. Now also I think I need to display the navigation bar. After the navigation bar, I need to get this data. Some 100 pixel. We'll get the registration success. Okay, meaning that whatever data that I am trying to display, that I am going to make it display from the top margin 100 pixel. Top margin 100 pixel. That's why it is showing that registration success. Now similarly, here we need to display that footer functionality, right? So what you can do, you can simply make use of include. Include what is the name? F.php or footer.php? F.php. So why you got this much space? We have defined the minimum width as 450 pixel. Minimum width as 450 pixel. That is why it is going to get as this one. Okay, fine. So I think the data is inside for multiple times because for the purpose of validation I did. So I will delete everything. Let's move. So this is the way you can able to do. So the same code you can copy for all the pages where it is available. Echo this thing and in mlhome.php, instead of showing it as a login success, you can copy and paste this one. You can say that it is login success, and I'm trying to include the footer also. Okay. Similarly, mforget.php, I don't need to worry about anything. In mdpassword.php, I need to worry about this one. Okay. I think we need to add here also that part. Bootstrap page. For Bootstrap, what you have used? Include h.php. Include h.php. Okay. So I will go with the registration page. So I will provide the logout functionality, all those in the further classes. So you can connect the validations of login page and the validations of forget password page to this jk.cs only. jk.cs only. When it will work, ma? If I go for m login page, here you can write on submit. On submit equal to, I will simply return validate function. Validate function. Validate function. But here for name, what you have used there, I mean, if you use the common names, that will be work fine for you, right? Yes name and the password, what you enter, what you have given there. Yes password, very good. Yes password. And for remember me, I don't need to any use. Now it will this validates will be connected to that same page only. But the thing is, you need to connect the JavaScript. So for connection, I'll try to copy the code, this one, and paste in the mlogin.php. Similarly, it need to be updated in the mforget.php also. Okay. Now in mforget.php, I need to make use of all those things once again. You have to make use of here. What's the name? On submit. Very good. On submit equal to, I need to make return. I need to use a function, validate function. So this is the way you can able to reuse the code. Validate. The ID should be, what is ID? Name, right? That is yes name. And this ID should be yes phone. Very good. Yes, phone. Let us assume that this should be something like yes password only. We are bothering about only the validation part. We are not bothering about the name. So now all the validations will be working fine. For example, if you go for login, if I try to enter JAYA and try to click login, it will log in. It is login and it is showing that invalid student ID. That's okay. But why it is redirecting? In mlogin.php, the ID is yes name. The ID is yes name. If I go for jk.js, here we mentioned the cases as if SID. Is there any SID variable we got from the previous page? No. So that's the reason it is going to produce certain error for you. So if you open the console, there will be some errors like uncaught type error, cannot read the properties of null value. Some errors are there because SID we didn't mention in the page, but we are trying to get the data of SID. That is not there. That's why this kind of errors may be occurred. So what you can do is you can remove all this. You can make use of separate validations. Fine. Now I will extend the further concept. What we can do is whenever user registers, for the first time, I am thinking that by default the user is a student. By default the user is a student. Okay. So that data I need to store in the database. The data I need to store in the database. Try to observe. So this is the student page. This is the student page. Now my requirement is I need to make the student details as whether he is a student, or whether the user is a student, or whether the user is a faculty, or whether the user is an admin. These details I am going to maintain in a separate table. I am going to maintain a separate table. So further what I will do is I will try to create a new table. Okay. So I am going to click on new. The table name is, let me take permission table. The table name is permission table, or will take as S permission. How many number of columns we require? 3 columns. So why I am taking these 3 columns means, first thing is basically SID. SID is of type varchar, which should be provided length as some 15, and second one as S type, the type whether he is an admin, whether he is an faculty, or whether he is an normal student. I will take as character. I think it will be maximum 15 characters are required. And third type is S login functionality. S login functionality. Why I am taking this one is because I want to avoid the multiple times login of the same user at the same session. For example, if you go for a Facebook, what will happen? You can able to, somebody can able to log in on your account from here, and your sister or your brother can able to log in from your home on the same account or not. But we need to avoid all those things. I don't want to access our account. I want to access our account only at one location. That can be at only one location. If he is already logged in, you can say that you are already logged in at somewhere. Try to log out and I can log in here. Like that you can able to provide option. That thing I can able to get with the help of variable called slogin variable. Slogin variable. So here I'll make use of slogin as the last one, and S type, SID. This is something like serial number. Serial number. Serial number is an integer. SID is varchar. S type is varchar. Slogin as integer. So this should also be 50. And I don't need to provide the length for integers. I can make this as auto increment. I need to provide these values. Okay, and then I will going to click on save. Click on save. If I go for the description, this one. Now what my requirement is, SID should be inserted, and by default S type should be student. SID should be student. That is what I have to do. So while registering, you will get all the data, and it will be related to mhome.php. I'll go with mhome.php, and I am trying to insert the data into the students field, into the students table. In addition to that, if the data is successfully inserted in the students table, what my requirement is, I need to insert the some data in the students table, in the what data, that is S permission table. S permission table. What I can do here, I will write one more query here. I will take SQL query. I'll try to take the insert command, paste, and I will make it as dollar yes, dollar SQL, dollar permission SQL. Some command I am trying to write. Okay, Namma? Is it okay? Once insertion performs on the registration page, the same data I need to project in the some other table, because whenever user is trying to log in, first I will check in the login table whether he is already logged in or not. Then I will go for the further process like login checking. So that is the reason I am trying to take. You can understood that. S permission. Do I need to enter the serial number? No need. Do I need to enter the SID? Yes. S type do I need to give? Yes. S login? Yes. So we can do it in multiple ways. What is the SID here? Dollar SID. Dollar SID. What is the S type? By default, what is the value? Student. What is the S login? 0. S login is 0. What is the meaning of it? I am thinking that whenever user is registered, I am thinking that he is not logged in. Whenever he logins, I am going to update that 0 with the 1. Whenever the value is 1, then I can say that he is already logged in. This is the condition. That's why I am making it as S login as 0. And I will remove this thing. That's it. This is the query you have to do. And once this query completed, then we can go for writing once again $p equal to some condition I am trying to write. My SQLi underscore query of, what is the query? What is the connection? $con comma dollar $PSQL. $PSQL. And obviously, it will be successfully executed. But for the first time, I am trying to make confirmation. If $p, I am going to say that echo subdata inserted. Subdata inserted. Otherwise, I will make it as echo not inserted. Not inserted. But the thing is, there is some problem again. What is that? It is going to occupy in the background of the navigation bar. Background of the navigation bar. That's the problem. So for time being, what I will do is I will copy this page, copy this code, and I will paste here. Margin top as 100 pixel, and it is subdata success. Subdata success. And here also I will make the same thing, and this is subdata fail. Subdata fail. Okay, we'll go with the process here. Is there any mistakes is there? Let me check. N180541 next number, I think so. Name is Samarpan, and password is Samarpan, and mail ID is samarpan@gmail.com, and phone number is 87 so and so. How many digits are there? 3688. Okay, 90. So I think this all validations are perfect. I'll click on sign up. Subdata success. Subdata success. So you can observe, this is subdata success, this is registration success. This data you should not display for the user at the real time. So I'll check for browse. Yes, it has updated. Now the admin, what he can do is he can able to modify this data to admin at later point if he thinks that he is an admin, or if he thinks that he is a faculty, he can able to modify it here. That is the reason maximum all users are related to student only. That's why I made default as student. Now, so I don't need to go for all this cross checking every time. Am I right? Only you can say that user for user, you can say that yes, registration success. That's it. Registration success. We don't need to go for further, like whether the query is executing or not, all these things. Similarly, I will remove these queries also, else not inserted, because we already successfully tested this. This is meant for the purpose of testing only. Okay, fine. Now once subdata is inserted, now we'll go for further extension, that is login page. So what we did in the login page, we made something like related to mlhome.php. mlhome.php. Go for mlhome.php. We are trying to get the data with the ID, and we are trying to check whether the number of rows are greater than 0 or not. Number of rows are greater than 0 or not. But before going for further processing of main table, what is the necessary to check here? We need to check whether he is already logged in or not, right? So that we can do. First we can check for whether login or not, or we can check for whether both username and password are same or not. We can go with any way. We already checked with the username and password whether both are matched or not. with this condition. Once both are matched, what we can do is now we can check here as the value of the login variable, the value of login variable as 0 or not. How can we get the data? We need to fetch from the again query. So write you make it so dollar select SID. What need to select from there? S login, I think so. Okay, right? S login. I required only that variable. From which location, amma? From S permission. That is why I said try to take the query from the database directly. Where SID is there, where SID is there, that SID I need to copy. That contains the variable as S name. Now I am trying to execute the query. I am trying to execute the query. What is the query? So this I need to make some variable as PSQL. PSQL. I will make comparison now. MySQLi underscore query of dollar $con comma dollar PSQL. Very good. Dollar PSQL. It is going to produce some result. That result is sub result. I am making it a sub result for meaningful name. Now, if the sub result is getting more than 0 rows, definitely it is going to produce more than 0 rows because we are always trying to insert at the time of registration only. That's why we need to check for the number of rows are greater than 0 or not to avoid the number of lines of code. Now what we can do, we can go for fetching the data with the help of mysqli underscore fetch underscore association of what's the variable name? Dollar s result. S result that I am going to store in a variable called dollar subrow. Dollar subrow. Now my data is available in the dollar subrow. Now in this, what I need to get? I need to get dollar subrow of what is the name? S login. That I am going to check if dollar subrow of S login is double equal to 1 or not. If it is double equal to 0, if it is double equal to 0, okay, first let me check if it is double equal to 1. If it is double equal to 1, what I can do? I should not allow him to log in. So I can simply exit. I can simply exit the code. Exit the code. Okay. So or else what I can do is I'll simply make, tell me what we can do. You are already, let me take, you are already registered. So you are already logged in. You are already logged in. Please log out at other location. Other location, and I am going to simply exit from this particular location. Okay. Otherwise, I'll go, if it is not double equal to 1, then I can say that it is going to go for further process. Further process. Okay. So to avoid complexity here, I will simply redirect it to other page. Other page. That page name is location colon yes already login.php. Guys, in real time we don't do this like this, but I would like to stop here. That's why I'm going to go for further. Control S, Control V dot php. Here what we can do, we can simply write echo you are already logged in somewhere. You are already logged in, please log out. And then login using ahref equal to mlogin.php. Let me try to write something. I'm going to make use of this. Okay, fine. Here I'm not bothering about security aspect. I'll just go for the further process. Okay, so I'll go for registration. Registration. I think in the registration page, I am having N180.541. 541. First, I'll check for invalid data. Invalid data. If I am trying to go for login and N180.541 with something like JK, it will definitely show that please enter correct username or password. I'll click on try again. If I'm going for entering N180.541, what is the password? Samarpan, I think so. Samarpan. If I click login, it is showing that please enter correct username or password. Password is, see what happened in the previous problem. We have the two rows with the same id. Which one it is going to take? It is going to take the first one. So for that password is Kalyan Kumar actually. Sorry, Kalyan. So that's the reason you are getting certain name. So that's why I'm trying to go for try again. N180.541. Password is Kalyan. I'm trying to click on login. Login success. Login success. Now if I am trying to go for localhost slash rgukt, again going for mlogin.php, you will get definitely. But we'll extend this to the cookies concept where you will get only again the same data. That is what we did in the previous cookies concept. Now if I am trying to enter N180.541 and password is Kalyan, remember me, it is showing that login success. Here it is login success. Here also it is showing that login success, meaning that there is some mistake. What happened? There is a logic we missed. What is that? While logging, we need to make it update first. We need to make it update, right? So that is the reason where we are getting the value as 0. So this it is going to be always executed. But the thing is, so we have to do what? We have to write the update query. So where we need to write the update query? When the username and password is correct, and if $row of s login is double equal to 1, I should not allow. That's why I'm related to s already login.php. If it is not 1, if it is not 1, I need to go for further process. What is that? We need to perform update. Right? We need to write the update query. So I'll go for yes permissions. I'll go for the update query. Copy, and I will paste it here. You know, $u SQL. There should be some meaningful names. I am going to end. Update as permission set. What needs to set? I need to set the only s login variable as what? 1. If it is already 1, I should not allow. If it is not 1, I will make set as 1. And where I need to update? Where sid equal to, what is the name? $s name. $s name. This needs to be executed. So mysqli underscore query of $u SQL. First I need to have connection comma $USK. I don't want to go for checking the if else blocks because we are already working. Now it will work, I think so. I'll make it I'll go for login page. N180541. Password is Kalyan. Click login. Yes. Login success. Now if I'm trying to log in, localhost mlogin.php. If I'm trying to enter N180541 Kalyan, you are already logged in. Please log out, then log in using here. Okay. Now further what you will do is in the further sessions, once user clicks on logout button, I need to update the update table with the value as 0 and we can go for further process. Okay. We'll stop here and we'll extend the concept in further.